Hey guys, Andrew here from PhotoBizX. Welcome back to the third installment of the AI training with Brianna Shrader. If you're not familiar with Brianna, she runs Shy Heart Studio in the States. She's massively successful. It's mainly weddings, I believe, but Brianna can clarify that. I think it might be some families as well. She has a team of photographers, is heavily using AI in her business, which is how this all came about and from last year. And she's continued to grow the business utilizing AI. So that's why I've asked her to deliver this training, and I'm looking forward to jumping in. Don't forget there is a Facebook group as well. So if you have any follow-up questions for Brianna, you can either send them to me or access the Facebook group. I'll give you details about accessing that in a follow-up email. And if you aren't here for the live training or you have to leave early, I'm going to be recording this. It'll be available as a standalone course on a page on the PhotoBizX website. You'll have logins, and again, I'll send all the instructions about that and accessing the recording in the future once this goes live on the site. So without further ado, Brianna, I'm going to hand it over to you, and let's jump straight into this.
Just a quick note from the chat, Andrew. Eric is saying that your volume is really low compared to mine, and I'm hearing that as well.
Okay, is that any better now?
No.
Any better now? No. Okay, can you still hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. You just seem, I have my volume on like max volume. And then when someone else talks, I gotta turn it down.
All right. I'm not sure I can adjust that with what I'm doing right here now. So I'm gonna hand it over to you and
Okay.
see if you can.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna focus on what you have to say.
We can hear you. It's just a little low.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for being here live. I think it's pretty early for most of you. Yes? Early in Australia? Kind
Early in Australia,
of-ish?
late in the UK, and
Yeah.
best for the US photographers.
Yeah, good timing for us. Well, I'm so glad we're all back here together. I have some great stuff for you today. I would love, as usual, for this to be as interactive as you guys want it to be. Once I share my screen, I may not see the chat, so Andrew will just alert me if you have questions. And let's get into it. Okay. Can everybody see my screen before I max it out? Okay, cool. Okay, so we're going to be jumping back and forth again. I promise this time not to read through all the prompts and everything that it spits out. I want to move a little bit more quickly so that we have a little bit more time for Q&A and just open discussion. Today, we are going to dive in a little bit deeper into strategies to help scale your business using AI. We're going to cover different types of lead generation with AI from what we've done before, data-driven pricing, which is pretty fun, and some SEO optimization. And then at the very end, I'm going to share with you guys 3 other AI tools that I am using in my business almost daily, in addition to Gemini. So we're going to be pretty Gemini focused again. But then I'm going to share a couple of tools that are really helping move the needle in my business right now, in addition to this. Awesome. So let's jump into a little bit more detail of what we're doing. Targeted lead generation strategies. Last time we did a lot of lead magnet stuff, but today we're going to move a little bit more into like collaboration ideas and potential and pitch writing. We're going to do data-driven pricing insights, which is pretty cool. And we're also going to analyze our own business expenses and develop a strategy for creating higher profit margins. And then finally, we're going to optimize SEO with AI. A lot of you probably already have a strategy. Hopefully this just helps enhance it. I personally am very minimally knowledgeable with SEO. So this is really helpful to me. So I hope that it's helpful to you guys as well. It's pretty cool stuff. So I want to start with kind of defining what unique value proposition is. You may or may not know this, but we're going to talk a little bit about it. So just to give you a blanket definition, your unique value proposition is a lot like your mission statement. It's what sets you apart from the competition and highlights the distinct benefits that you offer to your clients. This should include your specialized expertise in a certain genre, your creative vision and artistic style, your exceptional customer service, or your commitment to using the latest technology and techniques. So we're going to write a unique value proposition. Do you guys want me to drop the prompts in the chat so you can do this along with me, or do you want to just watch?
You can let us know in the chat, guys. Would you rather do this as we go?
I'm missing the chat, so just let me know what the.
Yeah. Yep, prompts in the chat. That's fun.
Okay,
From Mike.
perfect.
Yeah, add to the chat. Okay.
Okay, so you guys are gonna, again, of course, get all of this stuff. Can you see my, I don't know if I only shared the one screen. Did I do that wrong? I think I did.
Yeah, I can see all your slides now down the
Only
left.
my slides. Okay, I gotta stop and redo the share. Sorry about that. There we go. Okay, now you can see
Yes.
prompts. Okay. So there's a couple in the beginning that I'm gonna skip past. Always, of course. Oh, I forgot to, let me pull up my avatar so that I can paste it when I need to. Here we go. So I usually start most chats with my avatar if I'm starting a new one. For this particular prompt that we're going to start with, sorry, I lost myself again. I navigated away from my other document. Sorry about that. Here we go. Okay, so we're skipping these first two. You guys can do those on your own. That's just for more lead magnet ideas, but I want to specifically get into unique value proposition writing and from there collaboration as a form of lead generation. So let me get my chat box. Okay, here is the prompt.
That's good. We've got that there.
Okay. So without any intro to this chat, I'm just going to start this way. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We do need to start with. Sorry, guys. I got a little. We're going to go down to this one. Sorry, skip that one for now. We're starting with this one instead. So we're going to analyze our own online presence. That's what this is about. We're going to change, of course, the name of your business. And you literally have to tell it by Googling your business because otherwise it kind of flubs sometimes. So we want Gemini to analyze my online presence is how I'm going to do this. You guys put in your own to find reviews, analyze website and social media profiles, and define their unique selling proposition. I'm going to put in here as a portrait photographer because I think we have a lot of those. I'm going to say family portrait. Is everybody good with that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay.
So if there's other Shy Heart studios, would you then be specific to say in California, USA?
I would. Yes. Around here, there is not. So it only finds me. So I was pretty proud of myself when I read this the first time because it was confirmation that I have the correct messaging on my website. Sorry about that. I keep moving away from this. And that I've got my at least my messaging on my website pretty together. So Shy Heart Studios' unique selling proposition lies in their ability to capture authentic emotions and genuine connections within the context of family portrait photography. They focus on creating an enjoyable and relaxed experience, ensuring that every family member feels comfortable and natural in front of the camera. The result is a collection of beautiful and timeless photographs that truly reflect the love and personality of each family. It goes into differentiating me from my competitors, which is pretty neat. Artistic storytelling approach, focus on client satisfaction, evidence of online presence, my website, my social media, the reviews that I have that it was able to find. And then it comes up with a conclusion about my unique selling proposition. You could then take this, of course, and say, give me 5 different versions of a unique selling proposition and work that into your website, your marketing, all of those things. So we're going to ask it to just do that immediately. Did you guys all get something out of your website that you put in?
So if anyone tried this, just let us know in the chat if you got a result.
And whether or not it was on par with what you're wanting your proposition to be. Okay. I'm going to just jump into the next one.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So Mike got it. Awesome. Okay, so now we're going to ask it to craft a compelling value proposition statement that communicates the benefits clients receive when they choose my services. So it's kind of a nice way to sort of audit yourself, right? And make sure that your site is doing what you want it to do and your online presence in general. So here's a compelling value proposition. Capture the heart of your family. At Shy Heart Studios, we create more than just beautiful portraits. We craft timeless images that capture the genuine love, laughter, and connection that make your family unique. Experience a relaxed and enjoyable session where every member feels comfortable and natural, resulting in photographs you'll treasure for generations. So it emphasizes emotional connection, authenticity, comfort, and enjoyment, and timeless value. So again, if you don't love it, tweak it. But of course, most importantly, if you are going to use it, just remember not to direct copy and paste. Make sure that you reword it and make it your own before putting it on your website. We've talked about that a couple times, I think. So I think everybody knows to do that. Okay.
Is that just to avoid being flagged as using AI straight from
Google knows.
Right.
Yeah. Google knows. So, and it will hurt your SEO if it's a direct copy paste. That's like highly confirmed now. But you can still, again, you can still write it there, and then you just have to tweak it a little bit. It doesn't have to be completely rewritten. It just can't be a copy paste. I don't know how it knows or why it's a bad thing when everybody's using AI, but for now, that's where we're at with that rule, unfortunately. Okay. So now I'm going to kind of take a step back and I'm going to paste my avatar because now I want this next prompt to understand exactly who I'm talking to. So the prompt is short, but I'm going to make it longer by adding my avatar. So I'm going to give you this version of the prompt and then I'm going to update it with my own avatar.
Okay, just while Brianna is doing this, guys, you will have a copy of all these prompts available to you. I'll make this available to you later on today on the course page.
Okay. So I'm just putting in here, this is a description of my ideal client avatar. And then I pasted her in there. That prompt or that avatar is the first two prompts from the very first segment where we did not just the exact avatar, but then we also did what are her pain points. And so there's all kinds of crazy information in this avatar. So it's very long. So I'm putting that in there so that it knows who I'm talking to or who I want to target. And so I'm going to start this prompt with understanding my ideal client avatar. I want you to be, a top business growth expert who specializes in bringing brands together to collaborate and help each other grow. Identify 5 potential local businesses or influencers in your area that a family portrait photographer could collaborate with to reach new clients. For each one, please include a specific partnership idea and benefit for both parties. So this first prompt, I have learned as I've tested this multiple times that it doesn't actually give you from that prompt actual businesses, but the next prompt will. So it gives you ideas. So what I like about this is that it gives you ideas that maybe you didn't think about. You know, I feel like collaborations are somewhere I always struggle. I have a really hard time asking people and coming up with ideas that would be mutually beneficial. So this is a big struggle for me in my business. So when I was creating this and I did this, I ended up pitching like 12 businesses in 30 minutes by using this prompt. And I am in talks of collaborating with 3 of those 12, which is pretty cool. But I will also tell you that the 3 that I'm in talks with were not cold pitches. Like I already had met these people at least once. So bear that in mind, because I did pitch probably 9 companies I've never even met. And those have not gotten back to me. So this isn't really about like getting that collaboration deal. That's on you, right? But this is about giving you the ideas and potentially businesses that you maybe want to walk into and say hello to. I have not done that yet. However, I have used this to pitch them anyway, and I have used this to pitch people that I have already at least made a connection with. And the proof is in the pudding that when you have met somebody, it is obviously easier to pitch a collaboration, right? But yeah, I just wanted to put that out there because it can be tricky. Cold pitching via email. Okay, here's our next one, which is gonna give us exact businesses for each category that it just suggested. So it just suggested categories of businesses to collaborate with. So local high-end children's boutiques, interior designer or home decor, family-focused event planners, mom influencers or parenting bloggers, local charity nonprofit, all amazing for a family portrait photographer. Those are great. I mean, I would have probably never thought about mom bloggers, and I don't know why I wouldn't have thought that's genius, but okay. So now for each of these categories, please identify and find 5 businesses that are local to me in Orange County and provide me with their name and website. This is where it struggles a little bit. Sometimes it removes the URL. I'm not sure why. Some of them work and some of them don't, but obviously I can go Google the Tiny Trendsetter and find that person. Jack and Jill Kids, We Loft. I mean, these are all excellent. And then interior designers. That's one I probably wouldn't have thought much of, which is crazy because wall art should go hand in hand with that, right? HG Buttercup. Are you guys doing this? Is anybody finding anything cool?
I'm not sure if this is going to be, I think it's going to be pretty involved to go along with, as you.
It takes a minute.
Yeah.
It takes a minute. And then again, like, it's a starting point, right? This has been my biggest fear and you just solved it. Yeah. I'm so glad. Me too. I struggle again. I've struggled for a long time. I've got 3 in the works finally. So we're going to take it one step further. I'm going to pick one that I like. Let's say Tutu and Lily, because it's a cute name and it gave me the website. And now we're going to ask it to give us 5 ideas for how to collaborate with a specific business. So there's that prompt.
So I imagine with your experience here, Brianna, if you didn't want to only cold email these people, this still gives you great ideas for people to go, or businesses to go and approach, who to go and talk to, and then go and build those relationships with.
Exactly. And honestly, that's what I learned out of it. I was like, when I started doing this and I wasn't getting responses, I was like, who am I not getting responses from? The people I haven't actually connected with. So now I'm thinking differently about how can I go and connect with these people without walking in and being like, hey, you want to collaborate? But like, I mean, hopefully at some point a cold email will work for somebody, but we all know that personal connection is paramount in this world. So if you can meet somebody that I met that I ended up pitching is she's actually a wedding planner, but by meeting her, found out that she designs pop-ins, like designs holiday setups and stuff like that. And so after meeting her, I sent her an email and I was like, hey, let's collaborate this season. And so we're in talks of doing that. And yeah, and I came up with the idea and pitched it based on some of this. So that was pretty neat. Okay, so Mommy and Me mini sessions offer to host a mini photo shoot. It gives benefits for Tutu and Lily, benefits for the photographer. Birthday princess package. I want to offer that. How cute. Create a special birthday princess package combining a photo shoot with personalized shopping experience at the boutique. Social media style guides. That's very cool. That could be, again, that ties into a freebie giveaway, right? in-store photo booth and event, gift of memories campaign. I mean, this is so cool, specifically for that one business. So let's go with the birthday princess package, and we'll have it write our pitch. Here's your prompt.
But with these prompts too, Brianna, if you know, or if a photographer is familiar with a particular copywriter's style and they like them, you could say, can you emulate this copywriter?
Yes.
This sales pitch.
Yep, absolutely. As long as they have a good online presence, which most of them do.
Mm-hmm.
I have a whole list of copywriters actually, and I don't have it on this computer, but that would be fun to pull one. But yes, absolutely. Okay, so now we want it to be a sales copywriting master, and they're going to craft a persuasive email pitch for idea number 2 with Tutu and Lily. Oops. Can't type today. Okay, so the subject, a royal partnership, elevate birthday celebrations with Tutu and Lily and Shy Heart Studios. So a little bit long. You can ask it to shorten it. You guys know we've done this before. You can ask it to shorten it. You can ask it to sound less formal. I won't take time to do that now just because we know how that works. But it gives you, again, it gives you the good bones of how to pitch that company if you're going to do a cold pitch, or just walking away with the idea of a birthday princess package and walking in and being ballsy and saying hi.
Love it.
Right?
And
okay.
So if you've written emails like this already, you've already reworked this email, then you could create another one. So can you base it on the language I used in this email?
Yes. Yes. And something I've done in the past too is just copying and pasting the exact email you wrote before that you liked in the style of this, rewrite it for X. That's how I did the second 2 sales pages for this, Andrew.
Right.
I just was like, and then I tweaked it a little bit and sent it off to you. So you just take that formula, write it like this, but use these topics and this plan, and then it'll almost spit it out flawlessly.
Nice.
Okay, where are we on this? Okay, I'm going to jump back to the slides. I forgot we were on this one. Okay, I guess we're already on to data-driven pricing insights. So we're gonna shift gears. We're gonna shift gears, and then we're gonna shift gears again. We're gonna analyze your specific niche in your area and find the average spend. We might already know this. For me, this was just really validating, because I thought I knew what I knew what I wanted my average spend to be, and so to get this validated through Gemini, and again, it's limited data because not everybody puts their pricing out there on the internet. But I'm gonna start a brand new chat. But it still works, and it's pretty cool to see what's happening around you, because some people do put their pricing out there, and if they have that available, then that's what Gemini is going to crawl to get these results. So we're going to analyze the pricing landscape for your specific photography niche. Family portrait photographers, we'll just stick with it. In Orange County, California, such as cost of living, demand, and perceived value. So this is going to be very similar to the last one, where we're going to it's going to flow into a whole thing about pricing and spending. Okay. So the pricing landscape for family portrait photographers in Orange County is influenced by several key factors: high cost of living, strong demand, high perceived value, competition, customization, and packages. So relative to several areas, but maybe not all areas, Overall pricing landscape for family portrait photographers in Orange County reflects a combination of high operating costs, strong demand, and the premium value associated with capturing cherished family memories. Clients can expect to find a range of pricing options with higher prices typically associated with experienced photographers, premium locations, and extensive product packages. And then it gives some resources and related content. So then we're going to say, based on this, let me drop this for you guys. What would you estimate the average spend should be in Orange County, California for a full service family portrait session that includes custom wall collections or an album from the session? I wanted to specify the artwork in this prompt because that's what I do. And it obviously would change the numbers if I left all that out, and because then it's going to probably find a lot of the shoot to burn photographers that aren't really doing the next level stuff that most of us are doing. So given the high cost, high demand nature of Orange County and the premium associated with full service family portrait photography, I would estimate the average spend to be in the range of $1,500 to $2,500. Session fee is $500 to $700 based on typical ranges for Orange County family portrait sessions. Digital images go $650 to $1,500, and then wall collections and albums $500 to $1,000. Little off for my own pricing, but still in the range of what I would expect. And it was, again, just for me personally, very validating for what I offer and knowing that I'm not the only one out there in Orange County charging those prices, right? Or higher. So from there, we're going to research and compare pricing strategies of 3 to 5 successful photographers in our area. This, again, limited to photographers who put their pricing out there. This comes up a little bit more thoroughly if you do wedding photography, because lots of people throw that pricing out there, but I have tried this with different niches to see how it panned out. Ah. So these are all studios pretty close to me. This one's also pretty heavy in wedding photography. So yeah, so it took it looks like it did just 3, probably because it's hard to find more than 3, but you could then prompt it again, ask it to do more, and just kind of see what's going on around you. Okay, so the next part of this, still related to money and value, is this cost tracker spreadsheet that I made. I'm going to give you guys this prompt, but I'm actually going to skip giving you this prompt only because, oh, that's funny, Mike. He came up as the top example in his own search. That's great. Was it accurate? Was the pricing accurate for you? All right. Well, there you go. So it works.
Expensive. Wow. So Mike, you did a search and you came up more expensive than you actually are. So I wonder where it's getting that data from.
Was it like way off, or I need to just crank my AC on really quick? I'm so sorry. Hot in here.
Oh, okay. So Mike's average was the bottom of the range. So
okay.
Sounds like Mike's seen that he could potentially raise his prices.
All right.
It sounds like.
Let's do it, Mike. Okay. So I'm not going to give you this. There you go. Starting tomorrow. I'm not going to give you this prompt because this one's going to be a little too tricky to follow along, but you will get this prompt and you will get this cost tracker spreadsheet that I'm going to share with you. So something that I do at the end, the beginning of every year, I'm sure we all do this on some level, is I go through all of my expenses and costs for the previous year, and I use that to budget what I can do the next year. It is not very, historically, it's not been very detailed. Like, it's kind of messy. and I have figured out a way to make it a lot less messy, so that hopefully 2025 I can be even more profitable than I have been in the past and rein in my spending just a little bit. It took me quite a while to get this spreadsheet exactly right. So the spreadsheet that you guys are going to get, highly recommend that you export it as an Excel file, or Andrew will send it as an Excel file, I think. I made it in Google Sheets, but Gemini doesn't like the link for Google Sheets. I've tried PDF, I've tried Google Sheets. It only really likes the Excel file. But I got the columns exactly right for Gemini to read it exactly the way it needs to be read for this prompt. So I run a photography business and I need you to analyze my cost tracker spreadsheet. Please break down my annual photography expenses into fixed and variable costs and calculate my cost per shoot per hour, keeping in mind that we photographed for a total of X hours last year.
So Brianna, with your photograph for X hours, does that include your post-production, your culling, everything else that goes along with it? Or is it
I did this on just shoot hours for myself, but you guys can do it however, you can do this however you want.
Right.
The idea behind this is to help you solidify your pricing or understand your hard costs. So however you want to evaluate your hard costs is totally up to you. Just for the sake of this, I did it by shoot because I wanted to, well, I haven't tracked my other hours carefully enough, is the truth. And I do plan to do that for 2025 as well and understand like the actual hours that are put in. It's a little trickier for me with a big team. Okay, where are we? Let me find it. It's on my desktop. Here we go. Okay. So this has just some sample data in it. I'm just going to make up a number of hours. I actually calculated that we shot 784 hours, I think, last year. But we're going to put 273 just for the sake of this. It's not, again, this is just a sample tracker sheet, but it's filled out. So you just have to replace it with your own information. And I'll show you it really quick. So before I jump over to that, it's kind of fun doing this because this is the only prompt I've ever put into Gemini that I actually watched Gemini trying to figure out what it's doing. And then it takes you step by step as what it's doing, capturing insights, it's writing code. Here we go. It did it. So let me go back real quick and show you this sheet so you can see what's on it. If I can find it on my messy desktop. Don't judge me for my desktop today.
I don't know how you could work like that.
Well, this is my studio. So my studio manager who builds albums and stuff like that, she's on this computer a lot more than I am. Mine gets messy and then I start having anxiety and I have to clean it. But I don't work on this one normally. So date of the purchase, description of the purchase, category as to whether it's fixed or variable. Fixed meaning I'm paying this flat rate every year no matter what. Variable being it changes based on production or changes based on whatever. And then the total of each one for the year. So I did this for the year. You can do this however you like. If you want to do this every month, whatever, but make sure that that total reflects the time frame that you are working with. I did also make some notes that these are annual fees. This was a one-time fee, so that probably won't happen next year, just for the sake of seeing what Gemini would tell me about these costs. And I did double check the math. It is correct on the fixed and variable costs based on the tracker sheet. So this tells me that my hard cost per hour per shoot is $201, which is pretty high. And then it's totally inaccurate, by the way. My expenses are even higher. So
Really?
yeah.
Hey, I've got to quickly say, I saw your PhotoBizX membership there for $97. That's not right.
Okay.
It's 120.
Oh, it changed. Well, this was based on an old sheet from a couple of years ago. I will update that. Okay. That's so funny. So now this is what I think is really cool about it. So I do the math every year and I figure out what my hard costs are, and it's not hard to divide it by how many how many sessions you have or however you want to divide it. Getting down to the hour is pretty interesting. But the most interesting part about it is this next prompt where I'm asking it to identify potential areas where I can reduce my business expenses without compromising quality. So then it analyzes everything I spent. When I did this with my real numbers, it was like, you should probably back down your coaching expenses. And I was like, ooh, your education. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay, so last time I did this, again, it's not totally the same every time you put this in, even though I've done this prompt exactly the same. Last time it actually gave me some graphs and stuff like that, which was kind of neat, but this looks like it went even more basic to what my highest expense is, which is my studio and home office rent. And then my next one, which is Imagine AI, which I don't use anymore because it was very expensive. Cleaning services, venue collateral, and it gives you tips on how to adjust or what to consider. Some of these things, obviously, like I can't back down my venue collateral. Maybe I can find a cheaper lab, but I have to take care of my venues. Cleaning services, not going to happen because my stuff needs to stay clean. But, studio and office rent, okay, I probably can't negotiate a different rent on my studio space, but I can probably negotiate my home office rent with my husband, right? I can tell him this year I need to spend a little less on the home office rent. So anyways, I just think that that's going to be really powerful come the new year when looking at all of our expenses from the last year and then figuring out what to do price wise and package wise going into 2025, hopefully. So hopefully that's helpful. Let's get into, I lost my slides. Here they are. Okay. So we researched and compared photographers in our niche. We analyzed our own spending, and now we're going to jump into the SEO stuff. And just again, to preface this, I am not an SEO expert, but this is kind of some cool stuff that that I have found help me lately with the revamping of all the SEO on my website. Okay. So I'm going to start a new chat again, and then you guys can do this one along with me again. It's a little bit less involved. And it starts really basic with just analyzing or generating a list of keywords for your niche. So generate a list of relevant keywords for, I'm going to say, I'll stick with family portrait.
Can we change it up slightly?
Yeah. What do you want me to change to?
Let's do pet photography.
Okay. Do you want me to change location?
No, it doesn't matter, I don't think.
Okay, considering search volume, competition, and user intent.
Okay, this is cool.
Yeah, so it gives you high volume, medium, low volume, and then keywords focus. So, I mean, this one I think is great for, again, copy on your website rather than like all image text or things like that. But we can go again one step further and brainstorm semantically related keywords and phrases that I can include in my website content to improve SEO.
But you haven't asked it to look at your particular website yet.
Not yet.
For general ideas.
Correct.
Lots of ideas.
Lots and lots of ideas. So now, seeing this kind of stuff, I'm not a pet photographer, so I can't specifically have it. I'm going to start a new chat to, well, maybe we can, does anybody want to, Darlene, can we use your website?
Yes, you can.
Yeah? Okay, let's use your website.
Do
So
you want me to put it in the chat?
yes, please.
It's just panthatown.com. Hold on.
No problem. And then we have to pick a keyword that we want to check your site for.
Okay, there it is.
What's your area? Maybe we just do area specific.
So I guess let's do Boston and
Boston
dog.
pet photographer or
Yeah,
dog
or dog
photographer?
photographer. Yeah.
Okay, so
Watch it won't show up.
the way you put in your website sometimes matters. So hopefully this works.
So if it doesn't work, you change the HTTPS
Yeah.
to www.
Yeah, I've even tried one. Yeah, so it says it can't do it, but that's, I think, because of, I wonder if I just take off the HTTPS. Because when I did it with my website, it didn't like it without the HTTPS. Yeah, it's not liking it.
Okay, wow.
Try one more time and then oh, there we go. So yeah, had to take off both for this one. So overall assessment, limited relevance to Boston dog photographer. The website primarily focuses on, California.
Maybe it's still picking up Orange County somewhere.
It might be.
Yeah, it is down the bottom there.
Yep.
Okay,
So
sorry.
that's probably because I
threw you off
did.
track.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. I could also change this and I wonder if it would change the results because you can usually go back and edit your prompts. But we could also just jump into a new, where's my prompt? I wonder if I take it into a new window. But see, then now it doesn't like the now it doesn't like the way that
Sorry,
her.
I threw you off
Anyway,
there.
that's all right. That's all right. Let's see. No, it doesn't want to let me edit it. Here we go. Okay, it's not liking it. Let me do this again. I want to get this to work. I know I got it to work with my own website, but I want to make sure it works for other people's websites. Let's go.
I think the other one was just pantthetown.com without the www.
It was, but when I first did it that way
Okay.
on this new chat, it didn't like it.
Got it.
Here we go.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's finicky. You have to mess with it a little bit. Okay, the current title tag is Panthetown Dog Photography. It's a good start, but it could be more specific. For example, you could include keyword phrase Boston Dog Photographer in the title tag. Meta description is Panthetown is a professional dog photographer serving the greater Boston area, specialize in capturing the unique bond between people and their dogs. This is a good start, but it could be more specific and engaging. For example, you could mention some of the services you offer, such as senior dog photography, reactive dog photography, and soul dog photography. And then it gives, anyways, I love this because it gives you tips on how to improve, right? And then also your alt image text could be more specific. Is this helpful, Darlene?
Very helpful. It's showing that I need to be much more specific and not so short and to the point. No, this is great. Thank you.
Yeah. So again, you guys, when you use that prompt, just know that sometimes it's finicky with the URL, but if you tweak it a couple times, it will eventually work. It just doesn't. Sometimes it likes it one way and sometimes it likes it the other way. So that's what I've got for you on SEO for now. But I also have, I think I'm going to jump into just real quickly.
So Brianna, with the SEO, so if I write a blog post and I say I've got some ideas, I actually write the post, I could actually drop the whole post into the AI generator and ask it to tweak it for SEO.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a cool idea. Yeah, you absolutely could. I mean, just like anything else, right? Just like asking to change its tone.
Yeah.
Tweaking it for your SEO should work just as seamlessly. So on that note, getting into the other AI tools that I've been using that I think are pretty cool that I want to share with you. One of them is an SEO tool, and it is called Surfer SEO. There's a few different things that I'm not using the paid version of this, just so you know, but there is a cool free tool on here that is a Google extension for keyword search. So dig into this if you're fascinated with SEO. I have no idea what the pricing is. I just liked this free Google extension that you can get under products, and it's a keyword surfer extension. So now if I go to Google, oops, not Google Docs, and I want to Google Boston pet photographer, my Google extension tells me what the search volume is for that and what the cost per click is every time I search for something. So it's kind of a quick, free, easy way to get search results. Again, I know there's other sites that do this. Surfer SEO has all kinds of other tools and software that's AI based that can help optimize your SEO. Again, I'm not using that yet. I might eventually, but I got to look at my finances for next year first. So that one I'm only using the extension on, but I wanted to share that with you just in the spirit of SEO. These next two I am using, and these are the two that I think are wildly helpful. Have any of you heard of Opus Clip? No? Okay. So Opus Clip is it's an AI software that does video repurposing. So you can put in any kind of video. So Andrew, you can literally download this entire course, drop it into Opus Clip, and it will cut it for you into clips that you can use on social media, you can use for emails, and it does it automatically, and it automatically captions your videos as well. And it rates your videos on the topic, the hook, all kinds of things. I'll show you real quick because I have an example in mind. So I was just this is a while ago, I was on this podcast, but I just had my cell phone recording while I was being interviewed on this podcast, and I dropped it in here, and it came up with 1, 2, 3, let's see how many. It cut it into
heaps.
Several different videos, but they go down in rating. So you see the rating is 77 out of 100. It gave me a B for the hook, A- for flow, A- for value, A- for trend. But let me show you one because they're kind of neat. And it transcribes it, so you can then edit this script as well. So if it misspells something or something like that, and then you just download it from here and you can share it.
Amazing. And I think it's great that you mentioned that they were like rock bottom sink or swim moments that really catapulted you to making the decisions. Because I feel like that's really, we get really complacent in whatever role we're in, and we're like, this is fine, it's fine, until it's not. Right. And then that's when you're like, okay, I gotta decide what is going on here. Because I feel like that's really how my business came about as well. It was a lot of those moments of, okay, what?
So you get the idea. It talks about, this is a better one actually. Let me show you this one real quick.
So it eliminates that pressure on the parents. Like I tell my parents, I want you to prep your kids for fun. Don't prep them for a photo shoot. Don't tell them that they have to smile pretty and that they have to, be on their best behavior, because they don't. They don't have to be on their best behavior. The more wild they get, the more fun my pictures are. So let them be themselves.
So it automatically cuts what it thinks are going to be the most optimal clips from any video that you put in there. Right. So I use that on social media. Go ahead.
So I was going to say, for behind the scenes clips, anything like that's going to be super helpful.
Yeah. Yeah. So I totally recommend you guys, if you're not already doing this and you have a content person going out with you, get a little mic so you can mic yourself when you're directing and shooting. My directing videos that I've done recently have been, they've been outperforming most of the reels that we put out, just watching me direct a client and having the mic on me so that my audio is really clear and you're not getting all the wind. And they're really cheap. They're like $30 on Amazon for a little audio that goes right into your phone or a camera if you have somebody doing some higher quality stuff. And then you can have a 10-minute video that you drop into this and it'll find the best clips out of it and caption you.
Nice.
So that's a fun tool. And then the last one I'm going to show you, and we'll wrap it up, is $1.80. Has anybody heard of $1.80?
No.
Okay, this one's the most exciting for me. So I hope you guys like this because everybody is looking for growth tools, right? On social media. We all want growth, but we want growth to be organic, because when we start using programs that involve bots and things like that, one, it flags us on Instagram and then we stop being relevant to our audience. But two, it's not turning your followers into dollars, right? So we want authentic and engaged clients or followers. And $1.80 is a tool that does just that. It's not super fast, but it is the cleanest way I've seen to get consistent growth on my Instagram account. What it does, and there's a whole theory behind why they call, or a method behind why they call it $1.80 that I don't remember. But oh, there it is right there. The $1.80 strategy, leaving your 2 cents on 9 trending posts for 10 different hashtags that are relevant to your niche every day. So what this does is you go in and you get to pick 10 hashtags that you want to be searching every day. I'm only currently doing this on my education platform. I'm not doing this on my my photography platform yet, but I'm going to start doing that pretty soon. So all of these are related to photographers that I want to find, that I want to see my content. So that's why these are, obviously if you're a dog photographer, you're probably going to be looking for people that are hashtagging dog breeds and things like that that are local to you. But what it does is it then gives you a feed of those posts every day and multiple times a day if you go in and refresh it based on your specific hashtags. So I have dog photographer in there. There's one. There's just, and when you hover, it shows you which hashtag it pulled. And these are all, some of these are racy. Beginner photographer. And then what you do is you click on it. And all of these comments are comments I've written on something. So what it does is it allows you to quickly but actively engage with people that you want to interact with on social media in sort of a bulk format without using true bots that are just liking and following and unfollowing. So what I do is I click, these are beautiful. And then it's going to open my Instagram account. It's going to find that post. It's going to paste it without me doing anything. And then I just hit post. And then I've commented on that person. And then you go to the next one. And then you go to the next one. And then you go to the next one. And you can see my growth strategy up here and my activity here for what's been going on. And it expects in the next 30 days, I'll go from 750 to 840 on that account. It also has all kinds of analytics, which is just crazy for your reach and for your profile stats and all the things that you're doing. So this, I've been using this one for probably 2 or 3 months now. I will say it has this goal up here for you to interact 90 times in a day. You can do 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes in the afternoon, and knock it out really quickly. 90 sounds like a lot, but because of the system, you get through it really fast. But 90, I have been getting flagged by Instagram doing that many. So I actually scaled it back to only 60 a day because Instagram ended up thinking I was a bot because I was interacting so much after having not been interacting. And it started removing my comments and then eventually locked me from commenting or liking anything for a week. So if you get any warnings, scale it back. And we've now been kind of, I have my VA doing it for me. We've been slowly increasing it. We're at about 60 a day and I haven't been getting flagged at all, but I'm still gaining probably a handful of followers every day, but they're actual photographers and they're not following me because I'm following them. I'm not going there and following everybody. I'm literally just talking to them and commenting on their photos. And then they're checking me out and interested in my stuff and they're following me. So it's a really cool way to grow your following if you go specific to your type of photography and your area with your hashtags.
So can I be location specific with my targeting, or I have to do that with my hashtags?
I think you have to do it with your hashtags.
Right.
I think there might be a way. I'll look into that because
Okay.
I haven't done that yet. Since, as you know, for my education account, it doesn't have to be location specific, so I haven't looked into that yet. But I will, because that would be the tricky part for, you know, a location-based photographer.
Yeah.
So I would
Which-
think you
which-
either
which-
have to do it that way, but
Yeah, which most of us, most people would be.
right. So I'll look into that and see, because I am curious too as I move into my other account with it. But you know, still finding, you know, if you can't go specific to the client, you could go to, you know, Boston Dog Groomer and like find dog groomers to, you know, collaborate with, or find dog shops and pet shops, and, you know, think outside the box of client targeting, and think more of, you know, people that would potentially refer you or collaborate with you.
Sure. Sounds good.
That's all I got.
Amazing, Brianna. So let's open this up and to Q&A. So if you're here on the live call and you have any questions regarding anything to do with AI, what Brianna's covered today, what you'd like to see covered in the future, yeah, let's open this up. So Brianna, if you want to stop sharing your screen,
Sure.
when you get a chance, we can. You feel free to come off mute if you want to. You can raise your hand. You can post in the comments, whatever you want to do, guys. This is open to you. So if you've got any questions, now is the time. Everyone's gone quiet. Okay, Mike's got a.
I missed the first couple of lessons on here, and you're using Gemini, Google, that I've never used before. Is there a massive difference between that and
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT?
Not so
Or-
much. It's preference at this point. So ChatGPT, all this stuff should work just as well in ChatGPT.
Okay, cool, excellent.
I'm using ChatGPT myself, John. If that's I'm using ChatGPT 4 and or 4.0, I think they call it. And yeah, anything that Brianna shared has worked for me in ChatGPT as well.
Cool, excellent. Thank you.
Any other questions, guys? Everyone's good? Okay, look, if there's no other questions now, we will wrap this up. But like I said at the start, if you have any questions, you can email me. I'll send you a link to the Facebook group as well, so you can reach out to Brianna directly. If I hear this or see the same questions coming up, I'll make sure they get added to the course page as well. But yeah, so the main thing I want you to know is that you're not alone here. So if you do have any questions, you get stuck with something, if a prompt's not working, if you want some clarification on something, then don't just struggle away. Let's hit Brianna up, and we'll get her help if we need it, and work through it that way. Otherwise, have a fantastic day, guys. I hope you got a ton out of today. I hope you actually put it into practice. I'd love to hear how you go with it. That's the feedback that that we really want, is hearing. I know, like I heard from Eric not long after the first or the second installment. He basically redid his whole website using AI and the tools that Brianna shared. So starting with the client avatar and to creating content, which is amazing to see and read. So if anyone's unsure, we can go and check out Eric's website and have a look at what he's done there. It's pretty cool. Otherwise, let's leave it there. Know that you're not alone, and we're here to help if you get stuck with anything. I'll send a recording and details where you can access everything else later on today. Brianna, massive thanks to you for coming on again, and yeah, we'll be in touch, and looking for more for the next installment.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Great to
Thank
see you.
Guys.
You
Thanks,
too.
guys. Awesome to see you guys. John, you get to bed.
Thank you. Cheers. Great show.
No worries. All right, guys. Talk to you all soon.
All right. How was it?